India's growing appetite for cutting-edge defense technology is drawing global attention, and one such contender is Russia, widely believed to have offered its Su-35 fighter jet for the Indian Air Force's multi-role fighter aircraft or MRFA tender, which seeks 114 advanced jets. Not to be confused with the Su-30 MKI, which India already operates, the Su-35 is a 4.5 generation fighter boasting Mach 2.25 speed, a 3,600 km range, and agile thrust vectoring engines. However, a closer look reveals why India must decline this offer. The Su-35's outdated technology, high costs, and mismatch with India's long-term defense goals make it a poor fit for the IAF's modern warfare needs and push for self-reliance. The Su-35's biggest drawback is its radar system. It uses a passive electronically scanned array or PESA radar, which can detect targets up to 400 kilometers away, but falls short compared to modern active electronically scanned array or AESA radars found in jets like the Rafale or F-35. AESA radars track targets faster, resist jamming better, and spot stealthier threats, crucial for today's air battles. India's own Tejas Mk2 and Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft or AMCA are being built with AESA radars like the Uttam, already tested successfully on Tejas prototypes by 2024. Choosing the Su-35 would mean settling for older technology, clashing with India's vision of advanced connected warfare where jets share data seamlessly. Beyond radar, the Su-35 lacks features like sensor fusion, which combines data from multiple sensors for better pilot awareness, or stealth, with its radar cross-section of 1 to 3 square meter, making it an easy target for modern defenses like India's own S-400 system. In contrast, India's AMCA aims for a stealthy 0.5 square meter profile. The Su-35 also doesn't match the multi-role flexibility, air-to-ground, electronic warfare, and more that the MRFA tender demands. It's great for dogfights, but struggles in complex missions against advanced foes like China's stealthy J-20 jets. India already has a smarter plan, upgrading 84 Su-30 MKI jets under the $4.8 billion Super 30 program. By 2027, these jets will get homegrown AESA radars, better displays, and new electronic warfare systems, boosting their combat power by about 30%. They'll carry Indian weapons like the 160 km range Astra Mark II missile, fitting perfectly with India's future fleet. Adding Su-35s would mean extra costs. Each jet runs about $85 million, close to the Rafale's $90 million, but with less versatility. The IAF's $1.2 billion yearly maintenance bill for Russian jets would also rise by 15 to 20% due to new training and spare parts needs, straining budgets. India's defense strategy now emphasizes self-reliance through programs like Make in India. The Tejas Mk2 set for 2028 induction at $50 to $60 million per jet, and the AMCA planned for 2035 support local jobs and innovation with over $2 billion already invested. Russia's Su-35 offer, however, include little technology sharing or local production, unlike past deals where Su-30 MKI assembly reached only 51% indigenization. Relying on Russian supply chains is risky too. Sanctions since 2022 have delayed spare parts for India's Russian fleet by 20 to 30%, and India's $12 billion defense trade with Russia could face further disruptions. The MRFA tender isn't just about buying jets, it's about shaping the AIF's future. The Su-35, built for air superiority, doesn't fit India's need for versatile survivable jets that work across air, space, and cyber domains, especially along tense borders like the line of actual control. Alternatives like the Rafale, already proven in India with 200 km range Meteor missiles, or even the Tejas Mk2 align better with these goals. By focusing on its $20 billion investment in 240 Tejas Mk2s and 120 AMCAs by 2040, India can build a cohesive, cost-effective, and self-reliant air force. Declining the Su-35 isn't about dismissing Russia, it's about choosing a future-ready AIF over a costly, outdated detour.